Hello students, I'm going to explain term 1 CBSE 12th Mathematics section B. In the previous video I uploaded section A questions 20 questions. In that you should answer 16. Section B also out of 20 should answer any 16. Now this is the question number 21. The relation R on a set of real numbers defined by x or y if x minus y plus root 2 is rational, then what about that? What about the relation reflexive, symmetric, transitive and all of these? First you can check that for reflexive, you can check that x or x minus x plus root 2, it gives root 2. It is an irrational, root 2 is an irrational number. Since it belongs to q dash irrational number, so clearly I can say x comma x belongs to R. So that is why it is a reflexive. Clearly it is reflexive. But you can check that whether it is symmetric or not. You can verify. For example, you take root 2 comma 1. Why you can see root 2 comma 1, root 2 minus 1 plus root 2. Root 2 comma 1 it satisfies. It is an irrational. Root 2 comma 1 belongs to R here. But 1 comma root 2 doesn't belongs to R. Check that. Root 2 comma 1 verify. Root 2 minus 1 plus root 2. 2 root 2 minus 1. It is irrational. But 1 comma root 2. 1 minus root 2 plus root 2. It gives rational. So, but this one doesn't belong to this. It is not symmetric. No doubt in that. Why I have to verify since all of this is there? Is it transitive? What is transitive? When x comma y comma z belongs to R, x comma z should be in R. But you can check that here. If I consider here, I can consider the value 1 comma 2 root 2 belongs to R. You can check this. Why? Because 1 comma 2 root 2. You check that 1 comma minus 2 root 2 plus root 2. 1 plus root 2. It is an irrational. It satisfies. Again, I can also 2 root 2 comma root 2. This also can check that 2 root 2 comma root 2. 2 root 2 minus root 2. Again it is an irrational. Belongs to R. But you can observe here. 1 comma root 2. We know that 1 comma 2 doesn't belongs to R. But 1 comma root 2 doesn't belongs to R. I have taken x, y, z, but x comma z doesn't belongs to R. So it is not transitive. So only it is reflexive. That's the reason all of this also can eliminate. When it is not symmetrical, you can eliminate option D. So that will be your answer, only reflexive. Second 22. R is an equivalence relation on a finite set A having n elements. The number of ordered pairs in R is, when they are talking number of ordered pairs having n elements, finite elements. For example, you can see, for example, A is having 2 elements. A is equal to 1 comma 2. So the number of ordered pairs in R, because that should be R is equivalence relation. So the possible if it equivalence relation R1, I can consider 1, 1, 2, 2. So 2 ordered pairs. So number of elements in A is 2. Ordered pairs 2 here is an equivalence relation. If I take it R2, what is the possible I can write here? 1, 1, 2, 2. And I can write 1, 2 and 2, 1. This is nothing but A cross A. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, right? This is A cross A. This is the maximum possible. So having 2 elements, the maximum possible number of equivalence is only 2. 2 possible equivalence relations, right? 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. These are the possible equivalence relations, only 2. But you can check the elements in 2 here, here 4 here. That means number of elements in A is 2, more than that. So in the ordered, the number of ordered pairs in R is either equal to number of elements in A or more than that. So greater than or equal to n. Answer should be greater than or equal to n. So in this problem they are asking f from R minus singleton 1 to R is defined by f of x equal to x plus 1 by x minus 1. Then f is 1 1 on to 1 1 and on to none of these. To prove 1 1, different elements have different images. Then we can say it is 1 1. If we consider f of x1 equal to f of x2. So I can write x1 plus 1 by x1 minus 1 equal to x2 plus 1 by x2 minus 1. If we do cross multiplication, x1 x2 minus x1 minus 1, we write x1 x2 plus I can write x1, x2, x1 minus x2 minus 1. So I can cancel x1, x2, I can cancel this one. I can write here x1 minus 2x1 equal to 2x2. Something is missing here. x1, x2 minus x1. I can write plus 1x2. Again x2 is missing here. Correct. You will get finally x1 equal to x2. You simplify 2x1 equal to 2x2. Then x1 equal to x2. It is 1, 1. Clearly it is 1, 1. The function is 1, 1 here. But is it onto or not? We should verify. To verify onto, the simple way is codomain equal to range. When range is equal to codomain, that function is onto. To verify that, consider that y is equal to this. If we take y is equal to x plus 1 by x minus 1. If we take y equal to x plus 1 by x minus, if we consider this, from this you can find the value of yx minus y equal to x plus 1. From this you find x value in terms of y. You transfer this side, find x value. So what is x value? It comes if transfer this, x is equal to y plus 1 by y minus 1. That means y value not equal to 1. You get y value not equal to 1. Y should not be equal to 1. That means here, what about the range of this? Can you think about range of this function? I can write x up to 1. Everything I can consider. Range is equal to r minus singleton 1. Range is equal to r minus singleton 1. But the codomain is equal to r here. Codomain is equal to r. But the given codomain is equal to r. Both are not equal, right? Codomain is equal to r. Range is not equal to codomain. Range not equal to codomain. So it is not onto, right? Not onto. So this is not on, only it is 1, 1. That will be only 1, 1. See in this problem, the principal value of cos inverse of cos 2 pi by 3 plus sin inverse of sin 2 pi by 3. The principal branch value of cos inverse x closed interval 0, pi. So we get in that range only 2 pi by 3. So in this case again directly this is 2 pi by 3. And coming to here, the principal branch value of sin inverse x, we get closed interval minus pi by 2, pi by 2. Either first quadrant or fourth quadrant. But sin 2 pi by 3 is positive value. Definitely the value of this one we should get in first quadrant. So I can write 2 pi by 3, I can write pi minus pi by 3. I can write sin 180 minus sin pi minus pi by 3 will be sin pi by 3. This will be sin pi by 3. Sin inverse of sin pi by 3. So this will become sin pi by 3. So sin inverse of sin pi by 3, pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 plus pi by 3. 3 pi by 3. Answer will be pi. Option B. B is your answer. Option B. Now the value of tan of 1 by 2 cos inverse of 2 by root 5 is. So in this problem, you can consider this is theta. If we take this is theta, entire value, then cos 2 theta is equal to 2 by root. We have taken this as theta. Then automatically we get cos 2 theta 2 by root 5. But we know that cos 2 theta means 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta 2 by root 5. You can apply component dividend to find tan square theta, or you can do cross multiplication. Root 5 minus root 5 tan square theta equal to 2 plus 2 tan square theta. You can transfer this side, one side you can transfer. You get root 5 minus 2 equal to 2 plus root 5 into tan square theta. Correct. From this I can write tan square theta equal to root 5 minus 2 by root 5 plus 2. If I rationalize this, it will become a root 5 minus 2 whole square. This is tan square theta. I want tan theta only. So only tan theta equal to root 5 minus 2. So root 5 minus 2 is our answer. Now to the next problem. So in this problem, they give matrix A 3, 1, 7, 5. Then the values of x and y such that a square minus xi equal to y are respectively. To satisfy this equation, you should find x and y values. To find a square, 3175 into 3175. So multiply 3175, 3175. We get this one 16 8 56 32 minus xi means x 0 0 x. Correct, this will come. You can verify this. A square is this. Now here ya means it come right. 3y 5 7y 5y. Just multiply a with y. Now this one 16 minus x. You can write 16 minus x 8. This is 56, and I can write 56 and 32 minus x. I should compare with this 3y, 7y, 5y. No need to read again this same thing. You can compare directly. Y is equal to 8. And you can see that y is equal to 8. Since y is equal to 8, I can eliminate option this and this. Either B or D. Clear, we know that y is equal to 8. Now 16 minus x equal to 3y. Substitute y is equal to 8 in this. If you substitute y is equal to 8, 24, you will get x is equal to minus 8. Substitute y is equal to 8 here, right? Because I have taken 16 minus x equal to 3y. Y is equal to 24. 16 minus x is equal to, you will get minus 8. So answer is option B. This is your answer. Correct, option B is your answer. Option B is your answer. X equal to minus 8. See in this problem, they are given A is equal to matrix 1 1 1 1. They are asking A power 100. Check that first A square. If we take it A square, you multiply 1 1 1 into 1 1 1 1. It comes, you get 2 2 2 2, right? So it comes to A. A square is 2 power 1 into A. Now if you take it A cube, if you just observe A cube means you get 2 2 2 into 1 1 1. So it becomes 4 4 4. So it comes 4A. That means 2 square A. When A cube is 2 square A. A square is 2 power 1A. A cube 2 square A. So A power 100. 2 power 99A. A power 100. Because when 3 means 2. When 2 means 1. A power 2 power 99 into A. What is the next one now? The given A is symmetric. B is Q symmetric. Then what about AB minus BA? When A is symmetric, A transpose is equal to A. B is Q symmetric, B transpose is equal to minus B. So this is given right. Now you take this AB, what about AB minus BA? You consider AB minus BA transpose of this. AB equal transpose, I can write AB equal transpose, BA equal transpose, right? AB equal transpose, B transpose, A transpose. This is A transpose, B transpose. But we know that B transpose minus B, A transpose your A. So minus BA plus AB. So which is equal to AB minus BA. So this AB minus B whole transpose is equal to same thing we have got. So answer is now, it is symmetric matrix. The answer is symmetric. So in this problem they are given A matrix and matrix K. They are given A equal to XB. They are asking the matrix X. When A equal to XB means, you can observe here, I want X means AB inverse equal to X. Operating B inverse on both sides. AB inverse is equal to X. What is B inverse? You can write A matrix, this one. 1, 2, 3 minus 6. What is B inverse? We know that B inverse 1 by det A. Adjoint is 2, 1, 0, 0. So this is adjoint of this. You multiply this one, I can write this. If you multiply this one, 1 by 2, because this is A, B, I can get 1 by 2 into, you will get 2, 0, 0, 1. You multiply this, then it comes 1 by 2. First with first column, if you take it, this will be 2. This 0, this is also 2. 6, it will comes. Now this one 0 minus 6. Multiply with 1 by 2. It comes 1, 1. It comes 3 minus 3. Check which option, third option. Option C is your answer. The given matrix here, they are asking theta lies between equal to closed interval 0 comma 2 pi. Then what is mod A, determinant A? In this, if you think determinant, I can apply the property C1 implies C1 plus C3. Then det A equal, you can check that, I can apply 1 plus 1, 2. Then sin theta, now I am applying, this is a C1 plus C3, this will be 0, this will be 0. First column. Second one, sin theta 1 minus sin theta 1, sin theta 1. Expand by column 1, expand by column 1. This will be 2 into 1 plus sin square theta. So this is determinant value. But we know that sin square theta lies between 0 and 1. That you can remember. 0 less than or equal to sin square theta less than or equal to 1. Add 1, 1 less than or equal to 1 plus sin less than or equal to 2. Multiply with the 2, 2 less than or equal to 2 into 1 plus sin square theta less than or equal to 4. That means the determinant lies between, from this I can conclude that 2 less than or equal to det A less than or equal to 4. Det A belongs to closed interval 2 comma 4. So fourth option is your answer. Fourth option is your answer. It belongs to 2 comma 4. This is a very simple problem. They are given this matrix XYZ 1 by 40 matrix into 505. They given 5, 10, minus 5, minus 5, minus 2, 13, 10, 4, 6. So this is 3 by 3, this is 3 by 1. You get 3 by 1. I can multiply, it comes 3 by 1 only. You multiply this, it comes 1 by 40. Into multiply this, it comes like 25, 0, minus 20, it comes 0. Next, minus 25, 0, 60, it comes 40. Then 50 plus 30, 80. So it comes 0, 1, 2. So this side XYZ we have. Compare x equal to 0, y equal to 1, z equal to 2. Substitute in the 0 plus 1 minus 2 whole power 5. It comes minus 1. Our answer is option B. They are given this. The find the value of this function is continuous at x equal to 0. If we substitute 0 here, you are getting 0 by 0 form. You can use the L'Hospital rule to find the limit of this, or you can do, if you know this formula, limit x tends to 0. Check that limit x tends to 0. A power x minus 1 by x is log A. If you remember this form, this is log A. Log A, this is log A. If you remember this is log A, then I can write this one, limit x tends, because they are asking f of 0, that is k, f of 0, limit x tends to 0, I can write 2 power x minus 1, I get this one, minus 2 power minus x plus 1 by x, add minus 1 plus 1, then I can write limit x tends to 0, 2 power x minus 1 by x, this plus limit x tends to 0, 2 power minus x minus 1 by, I can write, because I can take it minus common, minus by x I can write, 2 power x minus 1 by x, but I want to satisfy this one, x means here minus x I should get, make it plus and minus x. Now this will be log 2, this will be log 2. I can write which is equal to log 2 plus log 2. So 2 log 2 your answer. 2 log 2 your answer. 2 log 2. Even if I use the L'Hospital rule, same thing. Derivative of a power x log a, 2 power x log 2, you will get plus 2 power x log 2. Apply the limit, it comes same thing, 2 log 2. That will be your answer. 2 log 2. So the given function is mod 3 minus x mod 3 plus x. Generally mod x is always continuous. At any point, for all x belongs to mod x is continuous. So look at this, mod x is continuous. Then we may think either first option A or B. Correct. Since it is continuous. But the thing is step function. Stub function is discontinuous. Greatest integer function or stub function is always discontinuous at integral points. It is a discontinuous. So it is not. Since it is discontinuous, it is not differentiable. This is a non-different nor. It is a discontinuous. It is not. It is not. It is a discontinuous. So definitely the combine of these two functions discontinuous at 3. At x is discontinuous. So discontinuous means you can think about option C or D, not continuous. But we know that mod 3 minus 6 is not differentiable at x equal to 3. So that is the reason here neither continuous nor differentiable at x equal to 3 is our answer. We are asking here x equal to a into 2 theta minus sin 2 theta, y equal to a into 1 minus cos 2 theta, then dx by dy. Be careful. Generally, always we think about dy by dx, but they are asked here dx by dy. So dx by dy means I can write dx by d theta by dy by d theta. Derivative of this by derivative of this with respect to theta. Derivative of the a I can cancel. This will become 2 minus, I can write 2 cos 2 theta by derivative of 1 is 0, and this will become 2 sin 2 theta. So eliminate 2, 1 minus cos 2 theta by sin 2 theta at theta is equal to pi by 3. At theta is equal to pi by 3 means at theta is equal to pi by 3. Then dx by dy equal to, substitute this 1 minus cos 2 pi by 3. Cos 2 by 120 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 by. You will get sin 120 sin 30 root 3 by 2. It comes, this one it comes to 3 by 2 means root 3, it comes your answer. 3 by root 3, root 3. Option B is your answer, root 3. Do the next one now. The given the function f of x equal to tan inverse of sin x plus cos x, x greater than 0 is strictly increasing. When it's strictly increasing, the derivative, the first derivative should be greater than 0. Take f dash of x greater than 0. Derivative of this, derivative of tan inverse x, 1 by 1 plus x square. I can write 1 by 1 plus sin x plus cos x whole square. Derivative of sin x plus cos x will be cos x minus sin x, which is greater than 0. See, the denominator is positive. I can eliminate that, I can transfer that side. Since everything is positive, I can write cos x minus sin x greater than 0. Then I can write cos x greater than sin x. So you can write sin by cos means 1 greater than tan x. That means tan x less than 1. So tan x less than tan pi by 4. 1 is tan pi by 4. Then from this I can conclude x less than pi by 4. X less than pi by 4. But they have mentioned x greater than 0. But that means 0 less than x. Since x greater than 0 is given, so your answer is more than 0 less than pi by 4. Option D. Option D is your answer. They are asking angle between these two curves, y square equal to x and x square equal to y at 1 comma 1. You find derivative of this 2y into dy by dx equal to 1. Then dy by dx equal to 1 by 2y. Then let it be m1 is equal to at 1 comma 1, 1 by 2. Take x square is equal to y. 2x equal to dy by dx. So at 1 comma 1, m2 is equal to 2. Consider theta with the angle between these two curves, acute angle. Theta equal to tan inverse of mod m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. I can write tan inverse of 1 by 2 minus 2 by 1 plus 1. Product is 1. It comes tan inverse 3 by 4. Since mod is there, answer is tan inverse 3 by 4. Answer is tan inverse 3 by 4. Why didn't mark the options here? I given option A, pi by 2. Option B, pi by 4. Option C, tan inverse 3 by 4. Option D, tan inverse 4 by 3. So answer is option C, tan inverse 3 by 4. That will be your answer. This is a very simple problem. The function f of x equal to minus of x minus 1 whole square plus 10 has. They're discussing maximum value or minimum value. Think about x minus 1 whole square always greater than or equal to 0. 0 at x equal to 1, otherwise positive. Multiply with negative, minus of x minus 1 whole square greater than or equal to, if you multiply with negative, this greater than will become less than or equal to 0. Correct, since it is negative, if you multiply. Add 10 both the sides. Minus of x minus 1 whole square plus 10 less than or equal to 10. This is the function I can write f of x less than or equal to 10. That means the maximum value will be 10, no minimum value. So maximum will be 10 and no minimum value. Option D. The point and the curve y equal minus x cube plus 3x square plus 9x minus 27 at which the slope of the tangent is maximum. So find slope here. M is equal to dy by dx. So which is equal to minus 3x square plus 6x plus 9. This slope. The slope should be maximum. So you find this is slope should be maximum. You find dm by dx. Then with minus 6x plus 6. Now you find second derivative. D square m by dx square minus 6 less than 0 clearly. That means it has maximum value. The second derivative is clearly minus 6 less than 0. The slope has maximum when x equal to means you can consider dm by dx equal to 0. Then minus 6x plus 6 equal to 0. Then x equal to 1. At x equal to 1, the second derivative should be less than 0. It has slope is maximum when x equal to 1. Slope is maximum when x equal to 1. M is maximum. So M is maximum when x equal to 1. M is maximum when x equal to 1. M is maximum when x equal to 1. Therefore, at x equal to 1, you should find the point y here. When x equal to 1, you substitute x equal to 1, y is equal to substitute in this minus 1 plus 3 plus 9 minus 27. Substitute in this, it comes minus 16. So your answer is option C. That is the required point. 1 comma minus 16 will be the required point. There is which of the following is convex? But before you should know what about convex. Convex means suppose if we take any 2 points, suppose the given one curve is given like this. I have taken two, this curve is given, let it be circle. You take any 2 points on this, we join any 2 points, that all the points of joining that line should be inside the curve only. This is called convex. Suppose if you draw a curve like this. You take 1 point, you join these 2 points. Some part of the curve outside of the curve. This is concave, it is not convex. So this is not convex. So this is convex. This is not convex. Not convex. I can say concave this one, this is convex. So you should know convex and concave. This is convex. Convex means if you take any curve, inside you take any 2 points, if we join that, the entire line should be inside the curve. If it is outside the curve, this is not convex, this is convex. So you can check that x square plus y square greater than or equal to 1. Think equal to 1 circle, you get circle right. We get circle equation. Center 0, 0 like this. This is center 0, 0. This is 1 radius. So you can write this side is 1 radius minus 1. So this is 0, 1. Radius is 1 unit. But you can see greater than or equal to, they are saying outside of this. Outside of that they are saying this is given. Suppose you take 1 point here, 1 point here outside, if we join this. See, this part won't be the given region. So it is not convex. Eliminate option A. Coming to option B. 2x square plus 3y square less than or equal to 6. It will be ellipse equal to 6 ellipse. You can see the equation will be this equation x square by 3 y square by 2 less than or equal to 1 inside of the ellipse. So the meaning is inside of the ellipse. You can think about that. What they are discussing inside of the ellipse. So this is root 3 whole square. I can write root 3 minus root 3. This is, I can, this length I can write root 3, this major length root 3 minus root 3. This will be, I can write root 2 and minus root 2. This length. Right, you can see here, they're saying less than or equal to 1 inside of that. So everything inside this one. So inside this one, if we join any 2 points, it will be inside the region only. They're saying this is the region, right? Everything this one. So they are mentioning inside this. Correct. So automatically you can see this is clearly convex set. So option B is your answer, clearly convex set. Option B. Even if we think about option C like concentric circles. See, x square plus y square less than or equal to 9, like 4 less than x square plus y square. Both have same center, different radii. It gives concentric circles. 2 concentric circles. So it never be convex. It never be convex. Why? Because we get like this. This is the region. You will get this is the region. If you take 1 point, 1 point, if we join that, it won't be inside that. Suppose you take 1 point, 1 point, we join. Suppose you join this. So the given region is this concentric circles. This one, the ring part. So it is not convex. So only convex is option B. Only this is option B, convex. This is a very simple problem. The corner points of a feasible region determined by the constraints of a LPP are 0, 1, 5, 0, 3, 4 and 0, 5. If z equal to px plus qy, where p comma q greater than 0, then the condition on p and q so that maximum of z occurs at both 3, 4 and 0, 5. Maximum of z occurs at both the points. Now that means maximum value should be same at both the values. If we take maximum at 3, 4, that will be 3, 4, 3p plus q. 3p plus q equal to at 0, 5. 0, 5 is substitute is 0 and 5, 5q. Then automatically you can see I can transfer q that side. 3p is equal to, it comes right. And they are asking here 5q and 3p is equal. They are given the value of 0, 3p plus, oh I substitute the point 3, 4. This is 4q. Sorry, 3p plus 4q. 3p plus 4q is equal to 5q. Then 3p is equal to q. So 3p is equal to q means fourth option. Your answer is fourth option. When you are substituting, be careful. 3, 4 is 1 point. 3p, 4q is equal to 5q. 3p is equal to q. That will be your answer. Now I will explain section C in the next video. Thank you. See you in the next video.